What's up guys, and welcome to another video from Code Review.io. So in this tutorial we will talk about how to handle native code between the iOS and Android to Flutter app. So let's say that the Flutter doesn't have, or maybe doesn't have the for some reason doesn't have that, what they called it is functionality that needs to be implemented only in only via the native, and Flutter doesn't have this functionality, while actually Flutter has a lot. And then if you check the pub spec, you will see a lot of packages that needs that's handled the native. But let's say that for some reason you want to do it, and this is actually the diagram how to handle the native, implementing for the native, and then in the Flutter. So implementing in the native and then show it in the Flutter, let's say. So, and that's actually becoming also maybe in the future I will do some video about creating a package in the native and then distribute it to the Flutter spec, and then can everybody can use it, and also some kind of like it handled natively instead of just on Flutter. Let's go through it. So first, the Flutter app will do via the method channel. We'll go to the iOS and Android. So in iOS we will use app delegate, and then in app delegate it will there you have the controller, and then you can use the iOS API to check, maybe in our case for now we will check the battery level. But let's say that you need to implement some third party in iOS APIs, and then you can use it, integrate it with iOS, and then via the view controller you can make a function that combine between them. Via the view controller, this will distribute it via the Flutter method channel, and that will goes to the Flutter app. This is gonna be the same in the Android. In the Android we have activity instead of app delegate, and we will have also Flutter view, and then we can use the Android APIs or third-party APIs for Android. Now that's let's say in a nutshell, that's in short how to handle it. But in our case today we will go through the Android more than iOS, because I don't have that much knowledge to explain in iOS. Actually have more knowledge in Android, and easily also to understand in Android, and we will see how to handle it also in Flutter. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more videos about Flutter, about anything in the front end. And if you are a subscriber, don't forget to hit the like button and comment out what is your idea about the future also, and what do you want in the future to explain. So let's get started. A new the Flutter project, and as you can see it is the normal the boilerplate of Flutter. So we start first by creating the variable for the method channel. So let's say that we get the static const as a platform, and then we get the const, we get the variable to instantiate the method channel, and we put here whatever you want, but it needs to be accessible. It needs to be very clear that what you are going to do. So in this case I put just demo Flutter as a native, and then you say battery, and yeah, I think you can put anything you want, but you need to declare this before. Then we will make a string as a battery level. We instantiate this one as a empty string. Then we start creating the method. So here what we going to do is that we will create a method that will return that will get battery level from the native. So starting first by creating the battery level here, and then we use try catch. Now here why we need to use try catch, because and for any reasons that the native will be a break or any, so we need to wrap this one as a wrap the call in the try catch, so we can handle the result in case of there is an error or failure from the native side. So we say try, and then we get the integer as a result, and we wait for platform to invoke method. So this one method, it's inside the method channel, so as we instantiate the platform here, and we set this get battery level. So this method will be our native side, and then we just pass the battery level to as a string to this to assign it to this value with the result with a percentage sign. And the catch, we say in the platform catch, so for any reason that platform will be catch, we will return an error. Then we assign it to the battery level, or you can assign it to the error message or something like this, and then we get the error message inside the string literal. Now in the end, we will just say set state to the battery level as we see here. Now in the UI side, we just go inside the sorry. So inside the UI here, so we will say elevated button, where we will have on a press that will get the get battery level, our method there. So the hell method here. And then we will assign it to text to, I mean, you can put anything we want here, but this is for demo purposes. And then we will get the text as a type as a second child of this widget, and then we will put the battery level because it is a string, so it's assignable. Now, whenever the application starts, we don't need to get the empty string here. And we don't need to get maybe this one, because this one it won't be called, because we need to click on the or press on the elevated button so we can get the battery level. But what we can do also, we can instantiate the method in the beginning for init state, and here it will assign it to battery level, it will set state, and also it will render the UI again. Now to start with the Android native, so you see that there is a directory inside every Flutter project, and that's called Android. And then we see also there is an iOS. So these are the directories for iOS and Android for native. So for now I will start with Android because it's easier. So as you can see that if you go to the Android, you don't care about all of these. This is Gradle. The build of the project is like the npm, so this is Gradle to use to build the Android applications. And here we have the app, and we go to inside the app, and there is a source, and you ignore the debug and the profile, and then you go to main, and you can see that there is the Java and then the Kotlin. So normally the Flutter uses Kotlin to compile the Flutter project to Android apps, and we will open this Kotlin project. So for now you see that this one, because the IDE is not supported Java, I didn't install the extension for Kotlin or Java, so I don't have this, but we will open this in Android Studio, so it doesn't matter. But important is that you need to check always that your package is correct. So for now, because I use the demo I use the boilerplate from Flutter, we see that there is com.example.battery level, and that is the package. This is very important for later if you want to change any of Kotlin, any of Android native project. This needs to be handled. So I opened the project and I opened the same file, main activity.kotlin, and now we see the file normally as a class. It has a class, the main activity, and it's empty. So what we start to do first is that creating the same channel that we did it before in the Flutter side, and then we will create a variable called channel with demo Flutter native battery. So this is Kotlin syntax. If you are not familiar, Kotlin is a bit the same. It's kind of like the same as between Java and also TypeScript. So it's really nice to work with. And we'll see that. So we create the channel, and then we create the channel variable here. Then we will do the function. We configure Flutter engine. This is built in function. And now what we do, this will pass the Flutter engine as a type of a Flutter engine. Now what we can do is that first we call the configure for the super class, and then we will create method channel. The method channel will be Flutter engine with Dart executor and binary messenger, and then we will pass the channel to it. And this method can call also set method call handler. So it has a call and the result as a parameter and that function, and then we can do our logic here. But what we going to do is create another function that will retrieve native battery level, and then we can pass it to our channel that will be to the method channel, and the method channel to our Flutter. So starting from, we say private function get battery level, and this will return an integer, and then we just retrieve a function, make a variable without instantiating. So, and then we will say, so this is, so I use the IDE to make it a bit nicer. So it puts the battery level and it says equal to, and then if condition. So in case if you have a battery level in if condition and else condition, then it will put the battery level as here equal to whatever you return from if or else. And what we say is if build version, and that needs to be from, so we have the build. So you can retrieve the version SDK integer directly, or you can use build and then you say version SDK integer. And we say if this greater or equal to the version codes to Lollipop system, and then we get the battery manager. And in this case, we get the system service and we get the battery service from the context of this function. And we put it as a battery manager here. Now the battery manager get integer property that will get the property from battery property capacity, and that it will convert it to an integer. And the else statement, we say if there is, we will check the context of the application via the context wrapper, and then we register the receivers. And in this one, you need to go in depth in Android to know what exactly this, because I cannot explain all this. In the end, yeah, we say intent context wrapper application context. This will register the receiver, and we pass null as first receiver, and then intent filter, we filter it as action battery change. So whenever the battery changed, and then we will say if the intent, and here you do this is will make sure that this one is won't be null. And then we say could get converted to the integer extra with extra level, and then we pass it as a minus. We will make sure that the extra level is not a default value is minus, and then we multiply it by 100 to get the percentage of the battery level, and that will be divided by the scale of the battery manager. In the end, we will just return the battery level that whatever comes from if or else statement. Back to this function, we need to do some logic here. So first we say if the call method is equal to get battery level. If you do remember, I said when we call the method channel, and then we need to retrieve get battery level. So this is the name of the function. We assign it, so we get the value from get battery level here, and then we do some check. So if the battery level is not equal to -1, then we know that the battery level is success, and that's what we have done in here. So we retrieve, we send to the Flutter the battery level, and in case of the battery level is not equal to -1, that retrieve from get battery level. else we check if for any reason that will be returned, we will say that the battery level is unavailable, and then we send some error messages. There is also one else statement here in case of there is no call method, and we just say result.not implemented. So you don't need to do anything more, but if you think out of the box. So this is the only implementation for get battery level. You can do more by creating your own package and check the Flutter documentation by creating a package. Now in iOS, if you want to open the native of iOS, as we said, we have a directory called iOS here, and then when we open it, you will see that runner as X workspace. So normally in the if you want to open the iOS project, start by opening this file, not this one, because this one is a pod install, or maybe the pod files, and that's different than this one. This is without pod files. And now we can see that in iOS we always get the fail to get battery level as we code this here, the message, and then we get the battery info is battery info unavailable, and that's the message we'll get from the native iOS. So as I said, in the iOS it's always better to use the actual device, then you get the battery level correct. And in Android it always get 100%, and that's also because we use the emulator, and that it's better to use also the actual device. So I tested this out on my device and I get the real battery level in Android. But in iOS we need to create a profile, we need to create a login, and that's something I don't have in this moment. In the end, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and see you soon. Bye.